Hello, everyone. I'm Tomasz,
And I'm Beata.
and we're here to present you a customer success story provided to us by William and Philip from Envorso.
Grab your coffee and join us for this exciting session.
Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm William. I'm a solution engineer at Envorso. Envorso is a global consulting firm that specializes in enterprise agility, digital transformation, and operational excellence. As an Atlassian Gold Solution Partner, we help companies, especially those in automotive, mobility, and industrial sectors, to use Atlassian tools to scale delivery, improve compliance, and streamline work management across teams. Our customers are often Fortune 100 level enterprises dealing with complex product development cycles and strict regulatory frameworks.
My name is Philip. I am working as a business development director at Envorso, and I'm here to support William, our main presenter in this interview.
Lovely. I'm glad you guys found time to have this conversation with us. So, moving on to the problem identification. If you could tell us a bit about the challenges that you or your customers were facing before using approval path for Confluence, and how did the solution help them solve those problems?
One of our customers, a major manufacturing company, was migrating its legacy documentation from SharePoint to Confluence to increase transparency and real-time collaboration, right? While Confluence is excellent for team collaboration, the customer was facing a major governance and compliance gap. They needed a multi-approval workflows for product documentation, engineering standards, regulatory records, you name it, right? Previously, these processes were managed through emails and external tools, creating fragmentation, lack of audit logs, trails, delays. Their compliance teams struggled to verify who approved what and when and why. And this became the real blocker when preparing for internal audits and ISO certifications. So this was the major problem there, and we tried to find a solution for it.
Lovely. And I take it that approval path fit this field pretty well, I assume.
Yes, it did.
Lovely. Glad to hear that. All right. So, and how did you even discover our app, and why did you decide to recommend it to your customer?
All right. As an Atlassian Gold partners, we always try to leverage the marketplace, right? And to use the vendors' knowledge and extend those apps into Jira to make it more powerful, Jira and Confluence to make them more powerful. And then we discovered approval path for Confluence while we were evaluating solutions that could bring structured approval workflows directly to Confluence pages. Right? We tested several apps, but what stood out about the approval path was its simplicity, configurability, and the native Confluence integration. I don't need to build an external rules or scripts to make it work. I can do everything inside the app. So after a quick proof of concept in our sandbox space, we recommended to customers, IT, and the other teams and engineering teams. It met their critical requirements. It needed support for multi-level sequential approvals, clear visual indicators of approval status, full audit logs, and notifications when things are becoming overwhelming. It was exactly the bridge that we needed between the free-form collaboration of Confluence and the structured approval process of our regulated industries, right?
Lovely. Awesome. Great. It really does sound like it helped them, which is good.
It's like a glove.
Awesome. Lovely. And if you could tell us a little bit more about the onboarding process. So was it easy for the customer to get kind of familiarized with the application? Were they struggling with the onboarding? Was it, was the user experience good at the beginning, or did you struggle, or did the customer struggle maybe a little?
Well, we are also implementing and adopting Atlassian for our customers. So some customers, they don't know, they don't have touched Confluence before, right? So you have customers that were good, customers that are not good with the tool. But the onboarding process overall was smooth and fast. We roll out approval path in a pilot documentation space involving 2 departments, engineering and IT. Those departments there have more experience with Confluence and Jira. So the UI was intuitive. So once we configured a few default approval templates and trained those space admins, adoption was organic. Teams appreciated the inline configuration on the page. There was no need to open external dashboards, for example, right? Or teams or new menus. For approvers, the notifications were clear and action-oriented. Within a week, I think over 60% of the target team has actively participated in at least one approval flow.
Awesome. Okay. Again, super happy to hear that. We're trying to work on the user experience for our application, so it's pretty easily implementable. So I'm glad to hear that it's working. So the last 2 questions I have: the key features and benefits that you find most valuable in approval path for Confluence, and also what opportunities for improvements do you see that we could try to apply to make it even better?
I think the most valuable features for our customers were the sequential approval chains. So there's the ability to specific roles or individuals in a clear order. A visual approval status, so I know which status my page is. If it's been approved, is under approval, is it rejected, the ability to trail and out the logs, who approved what. And also, when you reject it or you do not approve, there is also a space so you can comment. And it can go again to the same workflow to try to reapprove also that the thing that wasn't approved was fixed, right? And the no-code setup allow our business teams to configure their own approval paths. So without relying on IT, so it takes a lot of our shoulders, right? Once we train them and the adoption is, like I say, is smooth and fast because the UI is so intuitive. It reduces our support costs.
Awesome, lovely. And as for the areas for improvement, what can we do better?
This is like us, Envorso, and our customers. I think we're lacking of a bulk approval management. For example, I would like to see inside the app, right, or inside Confluence, all the pages that I need to approve, and then select approve and then approve all at once, right? Instead of going one by one and trying to do those approvals. And it would be nice to have an SLA or expiration rules. For example, if I have an approval, the approval is, out of office, or, I know we have the delegate stuff, but sometimes having an expiration rule or an alert, to the approve initiator that someone is taking more than 3 days to approve, how are we gonna do with that, right? So that would be nice. The rule is like not about just notify, but also reassign, right? It's like an automatic delegation, right? But we had to make the delegation configure. We can do that in the tool, but sometimes we need like more people, and that needs to become, after 3 days, if that person doesn't go, move to the delegate, right? So the person who can make the approve instead of the other person. That would be nice.
Okay, so note taken, definitely. We'll try to figure something out then. Okay, that really covers all of the questions.
There's one thing that I would like also to add, because I feel I have hijacked the session a bit. So I can only tell you that we've picked your product. Well, although we had multiple choices, right? So we had some other options, and yours was one of the best that we found on the market, I would say. So thumbs up for that one.
That's
Nice to hear
awesome.
that.
Yeah, that's great to hear. But I think where our success comes from is precisely this. We try to be in touch with our partners and our customers and actually try to get this information from them. What do they need? Yeah. So this kind of...
Regardless the tool, I mean, and this is just it's more like a general recommendation, right? Adoption is the most important part of implementing a tool, right, is the
Mhm.
most important element. If the adoption is not simplified for the end users, I mean, we can build the best product in the world. If no one is going to use it, what's the value behind the product?
Exactly.
Fair enough. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that comment. I'm glad to hear that. And yeah, once again, thank you guys.
Thank you so
It was a
much.
pleasure.
Thank you guys.
And yeah,
Likewise.
hopefully hear you next time with another customer story.